Hi folks, this is Maya and today I'm doing a requested video. Someone wanted a review of my Christian Dior Lady D-Lite in the size large. So here it is. So a bit of a disclaimer, I actually haven't been using this bag much. I think I've had it for almost 2 years now, but I think I've taken it out maybe less than 10 times. I admire it and kind of play with it a little bit at home, but I actually haven't been using it much. And I think I was actually kind of influenced by the YouTube videos, luxury, influencers a little bit, and I've always admired the Lady Dior structure and shape in general for quite a long time. And yeah, was this my first purchase? I have another Lady Dior in the medium, but yeah, I can't remember which one I bought first. I think it was this one. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I actually haven't used it that much, so the wear and tear I think is going to be minimal, but I thought I'd share it anyway. So let's see, where do we go? So this is the Toit de Jouy pattern, and it's like a cream on grey, and this is embroidered canvas, and this is the reverse pattern. I think initially it was like colored thread on like the light background. So this has champagne gold hardware, and it's about 32 centimeters across, I think. It's a good shape on me, so I'm not wearing shoes at the moment, and I'm 168 odd centimeters tall, maybe 5'6", and so the proportion on me, let me tilt it a little bit, whoops. So I think the proportion works on me, even though it's called a large. And I had been wondering before buying it and afterwards, where I'm like, is this an appropriate size for me? And I think it does work. And even though I call it large and I'm like, oh, is it too large? But yeah, for my frame, I think it's the right size. So this is what it looks like on the crook of my arm. And then the other side. And then handheld. So I think the frame actually works for me, and then might be a bit scattered, so reviewing this, but size wise it fits a MacBook. So that fits in neatly, so that this can sit in a case, and that would fit well. When I bought it, I feel like I thought about it for a long time, but then even afterwards, like, until you use the bag, you don't really know how it's going to work for your lifestyle. And what I didn't account for was the weight. So I haven't measured this, I'm not going to measure this, but it is quite weighty. It is quite heavy, and it just gets heavier when you put stuff into it as well, which I didn't think about. And it reminds me of this story where a long time ago someone built a library, and every year they noticed it kept sinking, and apparently whoever designed it, this was a long time ago, they didn't account for the weight of the books. So you got to consider what you're going to be carrying in it, and whether you're going to be okay, carrying it when things are inside it. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like with the strap also. So this is the strap. One side has Christian Dior over it, and I actually really prefer this font over this font, and if the strap hadn't had this kind of font and only this capitalized font, then I wouldn't have bought it. And I kind of wish this font was here. And I know you can potentially get embroidered on the other side because it's blank, but that's also in capital letters and it'll be in the same font as this. But yeah, I don't really wear it with the strap. So if I had the strap on, I'd probably wear it like this. Well, I like the font on the back, but then on this side, I probably prefer it like this, because then it kind of takes attention away from the bold Christian Dior brand. It's like screaming Christian Dior. And yeah, I realized I don't particularly like that. But I bought this large size over the medium because with the mediums, this band here, it's not centered. It's actually centered from like here down on the medium, but for a large, this is centered from here to here, and I couldn't deal with that off-centerness. So if you were to carry it like this, I thought, you know, this is cute carrying it like just with the strap dangling, and then if it's too heavy, you can wear it like this. This is what it looks like, and I think the strap drop is pretty decent for a bag this size. If you're carrying like books and stuff in there, it doesn't quite work crossbody, and I wear the strap on the outside to hold the handles up, because that's like the whole, you know, silhouette of a Lady Dior. Gosh, try and do crossbody. Yeah, it's just kind of unco. You can if you were desperate, I guess, but yeah, it kind of cuts into the bust a bit for me. Or I guess I can wear it on the back like this if I really needed to. That's what that looks like, and I'll flip the strap over. So that's what it looked like if you felt like promoting Christian Dior. Okay, now I'll leave the strap on. So that's what the strap looks like. The pattern, yeah, if you have this, it's just a bit loud. Okay, what else? Okay, so one thing that I guess I didn't think about it when I bought it is that it's it's cream, so it's not white, it's like a cream, so it's a little warm, this color here, which is also the color of the thread in the pattern. So with the handles, you're bound to have it kind of discolor over time. So I'm just looking at it. Like, you can't see it unless you're really close up. But, so when you hold it like this, it's kind of ever so slightly discolored here. And so I would do the same on the other side. And then over time, I imagine this part will change color slightly. And you kind of just have to accept it and be very careful when you clean it. I think the handles inside is plastic. So, you know, if you're just very careful cleaning it, then it might be okay as when you consider maintenance. I don't know if Dior would actually clean it for you. I know they polish up leather, but I'm not sure about canvas. Does anyone know if they clean up canvas? Let me know in the comments. What else is there? So this is embroidery over canvas, right? And this feels nice. So this feels quite nice. It doesn't feel hard, but what you need to accept is that there's going to be slight fraying because it's fabric, and there's different parts of the embroidery and the stitching which, you know, the thread starts and ends. So there were a couple of threads it kind of like loosens, so like, you know, there's like a loop and then it kind of comes up a bit. So I've tucked them in with a needle, so I'm not too fussed about that. But in general, so I don't know if you can see. Oh, terrible. Yes, it's slight fuzzing, which I think you have to kind of expect. I didn't expect it. I should have done better research somehow, I don't know. But like in the store, it looks awesome. It looks untouched. It looks, you know, should look relatively pristine. But over time, yeah, like little bits of fuzz are gonna show, like on the edging here. So this is like horizontal loops around yeah, it's just the edge of the piece of canvas here. Oh yeah, there's 5 feet underneath. I put little plastic protective sticker things, but I think eventually I'll just take them off because they're collecting a tiny bit of dust. It's just being a bit precious when I first got it. I did Scotch guard it a little bit. I have no idea if this has made a difference. So just gotta be mindful. Just noticed like a teeny bit of a yellowing here, and I wonder, it feels hard. I'm wondering if it's like glue kind of surfacing. There's slightly, I don't know if you can see it, slightly yellow there. I wonder if there's some glue appearing. And then what else? Wear and tear. Yes, a slight fuzzing. And I think like when you start using the D-Lite, you're gonna just have to accept that it will look like you use it. No, like it looks used or loved, or, you know, it looks like it's gone out and had a life, and kind of I think there's a spirit of like kind of being outdoors, hence the canvas, traveling around. And I think what the creative director has done in recent years is made more Dior pieces a bit more utilitarian. So I don't think this is meant to be babied, it's meant to be used. There's been campaigns where they wear the medium in this pattern in brighter colors outdoors and on the beach and stuff. So it's meant to be used, but it has the kind of the elegant silhouette of the original Lady Dior. So you just gotta be mindful of that. So one thing besides the weight, if I put too much stuff in it, you got to be mindful that it's not so bad if you carry it with the strap, I guess, which I haven't really done. I think I've maybe worn the strap out once, but I didn't carry it with the strap. But so what happens is, because there's a flap, you have to open it and then hold the flap as you dig around for your stuff. So then you're going to be touching this quite a bit, digging around for your stuff, and then you can't let it go because it will look unco like this. And even when you set it down, you have to be conscious to tuck the flap in like this. But what I wanted to show you was, it's not too bad when you have the strap on. But if you're holding it like this and you have to reach for something, I end up being like, I have to, okay, so I'm out and about, la la la, and I need to get something. So you need to take it off my arm and then most likely hold it like this, grab it like this. Oh, this is working out better than it usually does. And then reach for whatever. So I'm kind of holding it with my thumb, holding the flap in place, checking out. But usually it's more like this, where I'm like, okay, and then and then doing it around, forget to hold this up, or I hold it here, pull the flap, and then what you do is, because this side is more structured than this side, so it ends up kind of curving. See what I mean? This side is more structured because it's got a pocket sewn into it at the back, so that gives it more stiffness. At the front, it's just I don't do this. So at the front is just an open pocket here, but at the back they've actually sewn another layer for a zip pocket at the back. So there's more structure to the back of it. So you gotta be mindful like not to carry it like this too much, because it might deform the shape of the bag. Oh yeah, also like the back side, it's also attached to the flap, so that gives it more structure as well. But yeah, like you'll see there's more of a curve on this side because it's not attached to anything. And I think with the older bags where I had the zip opening, that gave the bag more structure. So yeah, I think the most annoying thing is actually the flap. So if I even have it on a table, for instance, and I usually like to keep my flaps, my handles up because it looks pretty. And then, okay, you gotta lower it, gotta open the flap, you got one hand, digging around. Actually I could do a test to see if, I think I did a test where I flipped it kind of sideways and upside down to see what the flap would do, and it stayed pretty well. There wasn't heaps of stuff in it, but nothing fell out. So there's a certain structure and thickness to this flap here that kind of keeps it together. So there's nothing in here at the moment, but just giving you an indication. So if it kind of fell, I can't imagine it falling upside down, but still falling sideways, the flap should keep your things in it. Oh, in my unboxing video, I saw that the D was like this. So the D was upside down, and I didn't realize, but you just turn it, and now it's proper D. In case anyone was wondering. That's it. I don't know. What do you have any other questions? So I've shown you what it's like to wear. I've shown what's inside. Okay. One final thing is I bought an organizer. So I bought a bright one just to cheer it up a bit. So this was slightly higher and differently finished, and I put this in, and it just became, it's meant to give some structure and so to help you better use the vertical space, but I put it in and I just felt like it just took up too much space. So I cut it down for one, and then I took it out completely. I don't use it, and what I do is just have like this is like thick A4 paper, and I've just folded it, and what I do is leave it at the bottom of my bag, so you see inside this feet. The feet are visible, but what I do is just leave that in there to help protect it from any potential little stains and stuff. Yes, I think, yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Let me know if you have any questions. And one other thing before I go is that this flap, you can quickly put your phone in and take it out if you want. But yeah, overall I think if you like the style enough, then you put up with the cons, and there's pros and cons with every single bag. And I think we nitpick sometimes because it's a designer bag, so you spend quite a bit of money and then you want to get the most value out of it. I have not used this enough to get enough value from it, and in hindsight, personally for me, I think I should not have bought it. At the time it was 7,900 Australian dollars, and kind of bought it together with my husband and called it my wedding anniversary gift. But yeah, looking back, maybe it wasn't the wisest decision. They don't sell this size much on, especially in Australia. I know on 24s.com there's the grey Canage version going for 7,900 Australian dollars if you want the plain version. But I think in Paris I've seen different vlogs and stuff, and they have this but with the brighter colours in this size. I'm not sure what the comparable amount cost would be for it, and I feel like if I resold this now, I'd get through a reseller maybe 5,500 or maybe 6 if I'm lucky. I feel like the large size hasn't been that popular with the D-Lite style. So that's how the cookie has crumbled. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how it's gone. I really need to use this more. I think my biggest paranoia is I don't want to stain it or ruin it or damage it even more in the case that I might sell it. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling a bit, but hopefully this is helping you. Actually, one final thing, if you haven't already noticed, I'll leave on a nice note, is, so we know that there's a lion wrestling a serpent, there's a tiger here, okay, and then it's the same on the back. But what's cool and cute and a bit cheeky is, so there's one strap on the monkey, there's a monkey here, there's a monkey here, there's a monkey here. So there are, how many monkeys? Oh, and there's a monkey on the flap. Here it is. So that means there's also a lion wrestling a serpent on the flap also. So there's 3 of those pairs, but there are 5 monkeys, and I thought that was really cute when I noticed it properly after I brought it home. So this came in a giant ass box as well, somewhere in my cupboard. So yeah, that's that. I hope this helps. I don't think I'm gonna edit it. Enjoy, watch it on 2, a bit late, but maybe you can just watch it on 2 speed to save you time. Thank you so much. If this has been helpful, give me a like or share it with anyone who's interested to know this information. Follow me for some more random fashion related videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!